He's just throwing out shit. Where are you going? And I mean, you saw Cammy see her power up. She turned on her V trigger.
Right. So with Cammy, I mean, in Street Fighter 4, one of the things that she had is she was extremely aggressive on the offense. Is her gameplay style similar in Street Fighter 5, or has she been redesigned like Birdie has been?
No, she actually is still really offensive.
Okay.
She's probably the character. If you are an offensive player, you want to gravitate toward her when you get your hands on this.
Okay.
That being said, she does have a bunch of new tricks though. We have looked at her attacks and how they function in Street Fighter 4, and they actually hit quite differently. So when she does a cannon strike, it like knocks up now instead of giving her big combos. It's all about, with her, it's all about getting in and mauling the opponent.
Got you. And with Birdie, I mean, has he always just been kind of the non-combo-y, just, what is his character design kind of based on? How should he, is the mentality of a Birdie player to win a match?
See, the mentality of the Birdie player is just about, Birdie has a ton of long-range attacks.
Okay.
He has a ton of long-range attacks, and he does really big damage. So it's not about the combos with him. It's actually just about the reads. It's about you pressing the right buttons, spacing the opponent correctly, and then when they get in, maybe command grabbing them, push them out, or using his V skill where he throws out bananas and cans.
You keep mentioning this V stuff, like the V skill and V trigger. Can you explain a little bit of that?
Yeah, so that's actually the new mechanic of the game.
Okay.
It's the whole V system, V being for variable.
Gotcha.
So the V gauge down there, as the character takes damage or they use their V skill, which is a universal attack, a universal technique that they all have.
Yeah. How do you use your V skill?
You use your V skill by just pressing the medium and medium kick together. It's really easy.
Okay.
Everybody can access it. You just push the two medium buttons together.
And it's unique for every character. Nobody has the same thing.
Correct. So for Birdie, he eats a bunch of food items because he likes drinking. Like he
knows how to have fun.
Exactly. And
man does it right.
Yeah. And when when the gauge maxes, the V gauge maxes, you can push heavy punch and heavy kick together to activate the V trigger.
Okay.
Which is what I see them both doing when the screen kind of darkens and both of them power up and they become different. That's actually their V trigger. What that does is it allows the player to access, latent abilities in their character. It allows them to become stronger and possibly mount a comeback if they play the character well enough. It's not given to you anymore. It's not about the random damage that may happen.
Gotcha.
Or now it's just, okay, my character's powered up. What do I do with it?
Now we have Chun-Li and Bison here, two returning characters from the Street Fighter series. Are any of these characters redesigned? Like the people that have played the game back in the day, are they going to be able to just pick it up and walk right into Chun-Li?
Yeah. So for Chun-Li, the whole stick and move where she just six button.
Very annoying.
Yeah,
very annoying to fight against.
Yeah, the poke play, it's very similar. However, her 100 kicks is now a motion.
Okay.
It's a motion and kick. You don't have to 5 buttons because that's actually kind of difficult.
100 kicks, technical term?
If you want the special move name.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's actually a motion now, so it allows her to play, a faster game. She can walk in and out, and you don't have to be as technical to be successful with her.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good, because I know many arcade sticks and buttons have been broken trying to input her legs, her lightning legs. So.
Exactly, right.
But now that's been reworked, and now it might be a little simpler for players to get into. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then in Bison, he's definitely a bit different this time. He doesn't have the Psycho Crusher, something that he's known for outside of it being his critical art.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so
and the critical art, that's the meter at the bottom, right?
Exactly, that's the one dramatic high damage move that they get.
Gotcha.
And he has the final Psycho Crusher.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's still there.
It's still there, but
you got to get that meter in order to use it.
Exactly, in dramatic fashion. That's how it is.
Right.
But otherwise, things are different. His scissor kicks no longer knock down. His buttons, his animations have been changed. So I mean, if you played him in Street Fighter 4, you can't just walk in here and say, "Oh, I'll just play the same kind of game." It's completely different.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about some of the main changes, like in terms of the gameplay? Meaning, Street Fighter 4, I felt like the game was very forgiving. Meaning that if you were getting beat up the entire round, you were still building up your ultra bar, and you could make a comeback like in seconds. Is that kind of still present in Street Fighter 5?
Yeah, you mean you had like focus cancels, which allowed you to uppercut, and then you're like, oh, I guess I can make it safe now.
Yes.
Oh, no, the name of Street Fighter V, the name of the game here is commitment.
Okay.
Everything that you do here, you have to believe it.
Gotcha.
If you perform an uppercut with Ryu, then you better be sure that it's gonna hit, because if it's not, you're gonna get taken for a ride, you know. And also, as I said earlier, with the whole V system here, your character, you know, they gain abilities, they become a bit stronger, and it could help you mount a comeback.
Yeah.
But it's truly up to the player to do it. Whereas in Street Fighter 4, you know, you got beat up and then you got rewarded by having this high damage instant comeback move.
Yes.
That's actually not the case anymore. Now, you know, you gain V trigger skill. I mean, you get the V trigger, and depending on you, hey.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So could you tell me a little bit about like what you guys have lined up over at the Capcom booth with Street Fighter V? Do you guys have like some kind of exhibitions, any crazy stuff going on?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of single elimination tournaments where players can come in, play their hand at Street Fighter V. If they win, they get a limited edition PS4 with a Ryu faceplate on.
And what time do I need to sign up?
It's happening right now, Mike.
But,
yeah, you know, we had to bring, you know.
Okay, I see what you did now.
Okay. You're busy, sorry.
I see.
You have real work to do.
I scheduled this perfectly. We're going to cut back to just a headset on the chair, right?
I know, they cut to the game footage, and the voice just gone. Like,
excellent. Okay. Oh, so we had Ryu and Nash here. We haven't seen Nash in quite some time. He looks highly different than the last time I seen him.
Oh, yeah. You know, the last time you saw him, he was probably doing flash kicks.
Yeah, he was doing the flash kicks.
Yeah. But now, you know, he's been...
Marvel, too. Oh, my God. I think that's the last time I seen this.
Oh, yeah, right? I thought it was the Alpha series, but...
Well, yeah, you...
Yeah, but
right.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the last time we saw him, you know, he was similar to Guile.
Yes.
Now he is his own man. You know, now he's teleporting around the screen.
Okay.
His V skill allows him to absorb projectiles. He has target combos.
Oh, goodness.
The character...
He's been completely rebalanced. Completely reworked.
Completely redesigned.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who played him before, they're going to say, what, he's motion-based now? He's got charge. So, I mean, he's slow when he walks, but really fast when he gets in.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just absorb projectiles now. And it fills up his... You know, it's pretty serious. And Ryu...
Yep, I was just about to ask. Yeah, so Ryu here, like, he's looking, you know, always keeping it classic. That's what he does best. You know, ain't nobody going to keep it more classic than Ryu.
Exactly, right? Yeah, so, you know, Ryu, he has parries from Third Strike. A lot of people who liked him in Street Fighter 3 will enjoy using him in this one, but it's a lot easier to do than it was in Street Fighter 3. Before, you had to push forward at the moment of impact and possibly get hit. Now you just...
Oh, nice.
I know. When he activates the V trigger, he can break guard now. You know, it really changes his Hadoukens. So.
Yeah, I would have to say, from what I've seen from this game, I think you guys have done an amazing job where every character looks like they actually play, you know, have a unique feel to them.
That was...
No two characters seem like they play the same, at least from what we've seen, right? You know?
Oh, yeah, no, there's, like, basically our design plan here is make sure that there's a character that properly represents whatever style people want to play.
That's good.
You know?
The character for everyone.
Exactly. But at the same time, the characters, you know, with their V triggers and their V skills, it just adds so much depth. So you might think that, you know, you figured out a character, but there's layers to him.
Right. I mean, you know, there's levels to this. I mean, come on now, let's be real. So do you have any, you have a personal favorite right now for the time being?
You know, I think that Nash is actually really fun, but he's probably the hardest character to use. Because he has a ton of target combos, you have to, like, know to properly use him.
Gotcha.
And, you know, his slow walk speed is like kind of like how Makoto was, but then he just bursts. It's just like...
So for somebody like me who, let's just say, hypothetically, is terrible at Street Fighter, who would you recommend I start out with in Street Fighter V?
You know, I would say for you to get the maximum return on your investment, to have the biggest blast.
I like that. Okay, yeah. What's my return on investment? What's going to give me the best ROI?
Just play Birdie.
Play Birdie.
I would say play Birdie right now because, you know, it's like, as I said, he's not about combos.
Yes.
It's not about any of that. He's just, if you know how to do his command throw, if you know what buttons to press, it's just buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real combo. You just have damage. And he has, you know, a lot of life. So if you get hit, you can take a few punches. You know?
I mean, that's what, you know, sometimes I just don't want to think that much when I'm in the middle of a match. I'm willing to give a little bit of life to to take some of it away from you, you know? So it's okay. I think I like that kind of risk-reward factor with characters like Birdie. Now, since he is a command grab character, similar to back in the day, like Zangief you guys had in the series, is it still 360 motions?
No. For his command throws, they're half circles. So half circle backward and punch is for his head throw. Okay. And then half circle backward and kick is for his jumping chain. Yeah. So basically, it's easier to play him, but at the same time, it's actually quite a bit of work if you don't know the buttons. But, you know, that's the joy of learning Birdie.
Now, did you guys already announce a release date for this game yet?
Yeah, it's coming out in spring 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to do till then?
I mean, play it here. You know, live it while you can. You record matches of you playing and
just rewatch it over and over again.
Look longingly at the screen.
In the comfort of my own home. With that Johnson & Johnson. Okay. Street Fighter V action right now going down here at the Twitch booth.
But yeah.
No, I was going to ask, so outside of that, what other kind of things, is there anything else you can kind of provide us with some information regarding this game, some kind of upcoming information, tournament series plan for Street Fighter V? Any of the hard-hitting questions you're able to answer right now?
I mean, you know, of course it's going to be part of the Capcom Pro Tour. You know, we'll have details on that later on.
For people that may not know, can you explain briefly about the Capcom Pro Tour?
Yeah, so the Capcom Pro Tour is basically our tournament series. It's our league that we created, which partners with community events all around the world. Okay. And, you know, basically players are allowed to enter these tournaments and earn points and money and all that. And those who have the highest amount of points at the end of the year or who qualify at premier tournaments, they get to come out to the Capcom Cup in December to play for $200,000.
You know, even though I already knew that, the fact when you say that number again, it still sent chills up my spine.
I know, right?
Because I do remember playing this game, getting, you know, I know people may not believe me, but there's been times I've gotten first place at tournaments, and I was so happy because I walked home with $73. You know, and I was just thinking all the things I could do with that money. You know, it like made me really happy. And now you're talking about 200. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm talking about
ridiculous. You know what I could do with that?
I'm like, I don't want to know what you could do.
Oh man, well that's awesome, dude. So who would you say right now is like kind of leading the front in just the overall level of competition with Street Fighter? Are we holding it down over here in America right now?
Overall, you know, I would say overall it's probably Asia, but you know, Street Fighter V is a brand new game.
That's right.
And you know, we had a few pro players come out for an exhibition yesterday, and I mean, it was Team Razor that did well. Okay. But second was EG. Okay. You know, Eduardo, Eduardo, Justin Wong, and PR Rog. So I mean, people.
Oh, and Ricky.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Did I call?
Yeah, you said Eduardo, Justin Wong, and PR Rog. Okay.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, dude, they held it down. It was good. And I mean, with Street Fighter V, it's a new game. Yeah. And who knows? You know, we're over here talking about these old pros. There might be some new people that
see, that's what I'm waiting for, and that's what I'm excited about. You know, I need to pay closer attention, you know, to see who's lining up at the stations and who's not getting off the machines. You know, there might be some new kid over there that's just beating everybody.
Exactly. I'm trying to find these up-and-comers.
But I do appreciate that it seems like this game is much more accessible to get into.
Yeah. No, that was definitely one of the ways, one of the things we looked into when we were designing it. We definitely want everybody to be able to pick it up and concentrate more on what's at the heart of Street Fighter, which is being able to play your opponent. Right. You know, and not just have to worry about hitting one-frame links and all these really tight combos and things like that take you out of the game, because, you know, that's not what Street Fighter was founded.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I've had the chance to sit down and play with this for quite some time, and for me, it's very easy to get into. It's very easy to pick up. I felt like I was already utilizing, you know, all of the new features, you know, within a few minutes. Yeah. Whereas, I just remember, you know, when I played Street Fighter 4, it took me 3 months before I started using focus attacks.
Wasn't it hard? It was quite the adjustment, right? Because
there was months.
Like, it was so simple, but there was so much going on. Whereas with this, it's really simple.
It's back to the basics.
There's no seeming like it's simple. It is very simple. However, it's super deep.
Yeah, this is going to be the testament to know if you know how to play Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, Street Fighter at its purest form. Yes, at its purest form, right?
Uncut. This is how you play Street Fighter. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, the action is fast. You know, there's no hard knockdowns right now.
I was going to ask about that. You know, specifically beforehand, some of the matches would seem like it'd take a while, but we've been talking here, and we've probably gone through at least 7,000 matches of Street Fighter.
Exactly.
It seems like the pacing is so much quicker now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the things that we saw before was that in Street Fighter 4, when you threw people and they just laid there on the ground, it just really slowed the action down.
Right.
You know, now it's just characters can get up, they can stay engaged, players can just press buttons, and something will happen. You know, they don't have to wait.
Speaking of which, when you mentioned that, throwing them on the ground, before, like, what I would watch in tournaments and high-level play is when people would get thrown to the ground, the opponent would have so many already pre-made or preset setups, you know, where you're out of luck if you're on the ground.
Exactly.
Because you stayed there for X amount of time. Like, there's nothing you could do about it. But in this game, I noticed it doesn't seem like there's any more hard knockdowns.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just want people to constantly feel engaged, and you want players to constantly be able to do something.
Right.
And, you know, anytime there's slowdown or anytime they can't do anything, it kind of takes them out the game.
Right.
You know, and it changes the way just the whole game flows, right? So now with no hard knockdowns, it's just people are constantly moving.
Okay.
Yeah, people are constantly moving, constantly battling, constantly trying to see who's going to be the winner.
Excellent. Well, man, I can't thank you enough for stopping by the booth and showing us some Street Fighter V action.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people find more information on the game?
Yeah, so you want to go to streetfighter.com. You can see information there, and also capcomfighters.com.
Yeah.
And that's, Capcom Fighters on Twitter. You want to follow them there.
Okay.
And then we'll update you with all the latest information.
Okay. Also, and if you guys at home want to know more about Street Fighter, the tournament series, Street Fighter V action, you can always tune in to Capcom Pro Talk every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Twitch.tv/Capcom.